Hello everyone, my name is Valery and today I'm gonna to introduce you my project. It's an clone of internet magazine. Its aim is to collect all items from different manufacturers or other markets in one place. Thus, all visitors will have only to choose what they want, not to go through all shops where these items are sold. Let's talk about my program part. It's realized REST architecture on Node.js, and I use TypeScript to write code. Here we can see app TypeScript file, which is a main file in this project. Here we import our to-dos router, and now we work with this file. In this file we can change where to store our information and get from. For in this line we can see a Mongo database. In this file we realize all our functions which is required in this file. Also we can change this name to Postgre or file system and other roles according what is better in our situation. I use Mongo database as it's a database which allows to store everything we want in JSON file. For example, when we call send a request which is location of our project, and then to-dos, and then add something like //id, we get require a function, for example storage get by id. As was talked earlier, storage is what we have to what we choose to use. In our option is Mongo database, so this function get by id is searched in a Mongo TypeScript file. This function is defined in these lines. As you can see, it get a collection and return this collection with id, which is in parameters of this function. Let's try it in practical using Postman. But before we will do that, let's watch on our database. As you can see, it's working remote, and now it has two objects, do something cool 1 and do something cool 2. Let's add a third object with, for example, add new title. So we write address https market clone hero app.com. This is a location where my program is deployed. I use Heroku to deploy my program. And next we write to-dos, only to-dos. So let's try. Click send, and we get status 2000 org. Let's check it in database. Data is loading, and we can see that our new item is successfully added. Let's check it with a request get. just write get and our address. Now we've got 3 items. That's working. And for example, let's delete first item. We write delete, and then we need to copy ID. Add this ID to address and send. We get response with status 204 no content. Let's check it. I think we need to add other ID. And check it again. Okay, let's talk what's happened. When I was working with file system, I have to create my own ID to make all items different, but Mongo database create its own ID, so that in this option we need to choose other ID. In this, when we working with Mongo database, it's better not to create our own ID, but as it was shown before, we can use different storages here: Mongo database, Postgre, and file system. So now it's working for all, and if we want to write only for Mongo database, it's better to delete this ID. For example, let's search how it's creating. When we working here, we will add an ID from a special npm package which called UI ID, and then add it to the object. But when we working with Mongo database, it's better to delete this line. As you can see, everything is working. Also, it's open for all IPs. It means that it's open for all IPs, and we can get access from Heroku and whatever we want. For example, we can just write down this address in browser and watch the response. Also, we can open console and write fetch and our address, and we'll get error. I don't know why this error is appeared when we open console in Google site, but for when we open, for example, YouTube and then go in console and write fetch and our address, it's working good. Also, my project is done in private repository from RS School. Here you can see commits, but according to the requirements, I have to post a link to pull request, and I can't do it with my private repository. I even can't fork it, so I just copy content from my personal computer to my profile and create new repository clone and just add these files. You can't see all the commits I've done when working with it, but they are added on my overview in Medium, and you can see a photo with all my commits, and here you can get access via this link to watch all files. Also, it's just REST architecture realized. I hope till autumn 2021 I will make also front end and connect it, and it will be a real web service that will help people to search items without wasting a lot of time. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day.